AI Learning Lab. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you would, go ahead and share the live if you've got friends and followers you think might dig this, even if you think they're going to think you're weirdos. Do it anyway. Welcome from Denver. It is 8 o'clock on the money. And looks like Ben Shelton is about to take set one. Unless Tiafo can turn things around. Crazy, I tell you. Crazy, I tell you. Chaos Generation, what's happening? Ted looks at life. How are you? Tobias, welcome, sir. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the lab. We're going to talk about AI stuff tonight. The shirt tonight, if you're wondering, is the old classic Basquiat Cassius Clay backwards. It's tough to get these things printed backwards like this. That makes it a collector's item. Oh, just, never a dull moment. What did I do today? I discovered I screwed up the TikTok shop even more than I thought I did, so I'm trying to untangle that wackiness. Stayed up till almost 1 a.m. watching the German and Italy match over 4.5 hours. Wow, crazy. Yeah, what's going on here? All right, Shelton serving for the first set, double set point. 40-15. See if he cracks out oh, wow, 127 mile an hour. Ace! Blasted it past Tiafo. Wow. Packing up to go to Denver tomorrow. Okay. Welcome, OK Farmer. Dr. J. Mark Attil, how are you? Welcome, everybody. So we got some irregulars here. Those are what we call the regulars. They have their own T-shirt design, but I'm still figuring out how to make T-shirts and not fuck it up. Old guy with new technology. You know how it is. It doesn't go good. What are you going to do? Anyway, this is the AI Learning Lab. If you're new to this space and to generative AI, I will talk you through some stuff to get you started. We'll start you with some URLs. We'll talk through those. We'll show some pretty pictures. These were all made in Ideogram, which I've been hawking that like I worked there, just because it's pretty amazing that you can now do text in AI image generation. It seemed like that was going to be farther away than whatever it was, 6-8 months. And then it just showed up. And it didn't show up from Midjourney or Stable Diffusion. I was expecting it to come from Stable Diffusion, quite honestly, because they seem like they have their shit together. Midjourney's just an 11-person company. And this startup called, I don't know what the company's called. Ideogram? I don't know if that's the company. But yeah, they figured it out, man. They cracked the code. So we're off to the races with text and images. All right, so what we do here is, my name's Kyle Shannon. I'm an entrepreneur of many years. I've started 12 or 15 companies. I'm currently the founder and CEO of a company called Storyvine, which is an automated video storytelling platform. Our current platform doesn't use a ton of AI for the automation, believe it or not. It's a more traditional automation where you actually had to program shit and think about it. That's all different now. So we're looking to really expand the product vision with AI. Well, I have expanded the product vision. Now we're looking to build it and get it paid for. So that's happening. And I was also an entrepreneur in the early days of the World Wide Web. So I was a founder of agency.com back in the olden timey days. And the parallels between the early days of the web and the early days of this AI stuff are quite remarkable. And so that's one of the reasons I'm so excited about this stuff, is that we don't get to experience these technological primordial soup moments very often. There have been 3 of them in my lifetime. One I missed, and that was the PC revolution. The second one was the World Wide Web, and I hit that one square in my 30s. And I didn't think I'd see another one in my lifetime, but here it is. This is it. And this is really exciting. So, if you have questions about AI, can I make games using AI? Yes, in fact, you can. You can just go to ChatGPT. So here, I'll jump in and just get get started. If you haven't played with ChatGPT yet, just go there. Go there right there. chat.openai.com and just ask it to write you a Flappy Birds clone in C# that will run in Unity. And then take that code, paste it into Unity, and hit run. And then if it gives you an error, then take the error, take it back to ChatGPT, and say, "You gave me an error." so yes, you can. You can also use. There's another one called Pi, which you can talk to, and it's really conversational. We call it Chatty GPT, and Chatty GPT will. You can just tell it to make up a game. Like you want to learn a particular subject, and tell it to invent a game to make it more fun to learn, and it'll just do it. So all sorts of stuff. You can have these things act like dungeon masters, all sorts of crazy ass shit. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go on ahead. I'm gonna make some recommendations. So if you're new to this AI stuff, and you're like, "But Kyle, where do I start? I don't know where to start. I'm so confused. Everyone's talking about AI. I don't know what they're talking about. This is very confusing. Are the robots gonna kill us? What do I do?" All right, we're gonna get started. We're gonna bring it down a notch. Just take a deep breath. This part of this channel is a Zen breathing channel. I don't know if you knew that. Welcome. Just take a deep breath in through the nostrils, and out through the mouth. In through the nostrils, and out through the mouth. Okay, great. Now let's talk about AI. So we're going to talk about AI. If you've not played with ChatGPT, that's the URL right there, chat.openai.com. That's the official one. It's the best right now. There might be some stuff around the corner, particularly something coming from Google that I think could kick this thing in the shins. But right now, GPT-4 is by far the best of these things. You have to pay for GPT-4 here, but I've got a free option down below. But even GPT 3.5 here is quite good. So if you're brand new to this stuff, just go there. All the other shit I'm going to talk about, you can just ignore for now. Go there and just start with a parlor trick. Like, you can ask it anything, but start with something like, write me a country song about, describe your dog or your significant other. And just have it write a country song. And just start to throw challenges at it and watch what it can do. And then go to that URL down there, prompts.chat. That will teach you how to talk to these things. These are called large language models. ChatGPT is a large language model. And prompts.chat will kind of tell you what they are, how to talk to them. And it's a whole long list of prompts. You can literally copy and paste, where you can have ChatGPT act like different personas. It's really quite remarkable. By the way, Shelton just won the first set, so in the Tiafu match. So that's that. Claude and Bard are two that offer some slightly different things. Bard's connected to the internet. Claude you can put really long prompts into. I was playing with Claude today, working out some workshop deals with a friend who's going to host doing a workshop. So there'll be more about that coming up, but I used Claude today. So those are the three I kind of use. There's four more. I call this the kiddies table. So the kiddies table these are ones that are still worth playing with, but are kind of lower on my list for a number of reasons. Bing.com is from Microsoft. That's GPT-4 for free. And it's connected to the internet. And you can make images with it. It's OpenAI's DALL-E image engine sitting underneath it. And it can read images. So that's super cool. Labs.perplexity lets you play with Meta's Llama 2 models. Pi, like I said, is Chatty GPT. Poe lets you play with bots. If you don't know what bots are, just go there and hit the explore button, and you can see all these bots that people have made, and you can make your own. It's a really good way to practice prompting. Okay, so those are all the large language models. ChatGPT is the biggie. Claude and Bing are, those three. I sort of go between those three to play. These four are also worth exploring. And then for images, but you're like, "But Kyle, I want to make pretty pictures." How do I make pretty pictures, Kyle? It's not fair. All you're talking about is words. I don't like words. There's so many words. I only know a few. Kyle, what about the pictures? Here's the pictures. Calm down. Like I said, this is a deep breathing exercise. You're going to be okay. And in through the nostrils, out through the mouth. In through the nostrils, out through the mouth. Fantastic. Bob, tell him what he's won. You've won a new car. All right. Mid-Journey, really good. Best in terms of image quality. Fan-fucking-tastic. I have a feeling they're going to get their asses kicked in the next year because they're only an 11-person company and their CEO is a little bit full of himself and they could be in trouble. But right now, they got it. You have to make images in Discord, which I'm happy to show if someone wants to see how you do that. It's a pain in the ass, but it just is the best. Ideogram, this one right next to it, is like 10 days old. This is a brand new service. They figured out how to put text in images, which you're like, but Kyle, that's not a big idea. There's always text in images. No, there's text in images when typographers and designers go into Illustrator and type them in there. But you can't just say, give me a poster with an eye on it that says AI Learning Lab. Well, now you can. And that's what ideogram is. And it is pronounced ideogram. I heard the founder talk about it. And then Leonardo is a really cool website sitting on top of Stable Diffusion, and clipdrop.co is a bunch of tools from Stable Diffusion, from Stability AI. And then PromptBook, openart.ai/PromptBook is just like prompts.chat for words. This is the one that teaches you how to talk to these image things. All the hearts that you're seeing flying up on the screen, that's the irregulars, the ones that come in here every night, the sickos that are just in here every night. They're playing a game. They're trying to beat last night they hit like 75,000 likes in a two and a half hour live. So just don't worry about that. You feel free to join in. Tap the screen all you want. Just, the irregulars, they've got wrist issues. They have carpal tunnel, and so they would appreciate the support. So feel free to tap the screen. Feel free to also share the live. And then futurepedia.io is it's a directory. It's a directory of like 4,200 AI tools. And so a lot of times in here, people will ask me about stuff that I don't have a flipping clue about. I'll just keep pointing you back to Futurepedia. If you want something really specific, like what's the best tool to, analyze legal documents, there's probably 7 of them in there. All right? Okay, so with that, pop any questions you have in the comments below. I'm going to start answering them. I can guarantee you, I promise you, I will get behind. I haven't gotten my shit together to get moderators in here yet, but I'm getting there. I'm just doing the best I can, people. But pop any questions you have below. I will do my best to answer them. And let's have some fun. We're gonna have some fun tonight. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? This is how we're doing it. All right. Hello. Can I make games using AI? We started with that one. Yes, you can. In fact, I think you can also just tell it to make a game of Snake in Python, and it'll do that. You can go run it in Replit. Played Blackjack versus ChatGPT. That's really interesting. Chaos Generation, the secret of AI. It's turtles all the way down. Oh, yeah. I like turtles. Oh, yeah. Turtles is tasty. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I like it. I don't know what's going on with my voice tonight. It's deep and gravelly. There's something going on. Yeah. Today, I know Bard. Oh, Bard. Fantastic writer, Mr. Shakespeare. It was fantastic. All right. Let's see. My dog is my significant other. Dogs are the fucking best. Hi, irregulars and Kyle. Hello, hello, hello. Write a fictive that can do what others don't. What's a fictive? A fictive AI. Translate. Wrote I don't know what that. Wrote a something AI that'll do what others don't. I want to hear about that. Workshops. Yes. And So I did a podcast with a woman named Rhonda. I forget her last name. She's a voiceover actress. And so we're putting together a 3-session workshop for creatives. So for voiceover actors and other creatives. So I'm going to start with that one. That's we decided tonight it's going to start October 4th. which is a Wednesday night from 5 to 7 Mountain Time, and it's going to be 3 sessions every Wednesday. So it's going to be the 4th, the 11th, and the 19th, 18th of October. So that's coming. So as soon as I have that sort of packaged up, I'll let you guys know about it. And then I'm going to do a specific one for the AI Learning Lab. That'll be probably a bit more business focused, but I'm going to do it based on what folks here have asked for. So anyway, I had the obligation to do that one with her first, so we're going to do that. It's going to be cool. If you want to take that one, it's going to be good. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Focused primarily for creatives. All right. Fantastic. Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Kyle, Win Workshops, October 4th. Are you cats using Typing Mind yet? No. Let's go learn what that is. This is the other reason, like, this thing is so cool is, like, it's just, you can't keep up with it. So anytime someone says, like, have you seen this? No. Type Mind, a better UI for ChatGPT. Interesting. Interesting. Well, there's more shit on it. Oh, you can change the temperature. Yeah, this has got some interface on it. You can search your chats. It shows you your API keys right there. Yeah, this is pretty good. So basically what they did, what TypeMind is, or Typing Mind, is they took all the shit that old Sam Altman and gang should have done 6 months ago. They're like, why wait? We can write our own. Fuck it. So there you go. That's awesome. Yeah, good for them. You can select your model. You can change your profile. That's super cool. Your information, your profile image. I wonder if that impacts your prompt. Buy. What's buy mean? Buy once, use forever. Price increase soon. I bought a piece of software once that was a lifetime. I paid whatever it was, the $49 for the lifetime subscription. And then at some point, like 2 years later, they're like, everyone's got to upgrade and pay this new fee for the new version. And I'm like, but I bought a lifetime subscription. And they're like, no, that was the lifetime of that version. I'm like, oh, fuck you. No, that's wrong. It was Clean My Mac, I think. It was Mac Pause, Clean My Mac, assholes. But anyway, that's pretty cool. I mean, $39 for a lifetime thing, assuming it's actually a lifetime thing. I would check that. Premium license giveaway. I mean, here's the deal with something like this. Because this is kind of a slight augmentation to a thing that's already there, when OpenAI gets their shit together and fixes ChatGPT, it's likely going to have a lot of this stuff. Like right now, ChatGPT is missing. Like, a lot of what I see here is the stuff that drives me nuts that's not in ChatGPT. So I like it. But this is one of those companies where this will just get, this just becomes features of the real deal. So anyway, interesting. Thanks for sharing that. It's a home base for all the big LLMs. You can organize your chat, sets up lots of personas, temperatures. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It's like the French have a different word for everything. Steve Martin joke. Thank you, Chaos Generation. You ever notice when you go to a different country? How's he say it? I'd like to go to the hotel, please. And the taxi driver turns around. Jean de l'Étoile. And he goes, I would like to go to the hotel, please. Oh, he was so good. So good. What do you think of Prompt Hero? I love heroes. Heroes are the best. Prompt Hero, I don't know anything about. I think I've heard of it, but let's go look at it. Prompt Hero. Search prompts for Stable Diffusion ChatGPT. Oh, is this the one where you can sell your prompts? No, that's Prompt Base, right? Number one website for prompt engineering. Search millions of AI art images by models like Stable Diffusion, Midjourney. So there's Midjourney ones. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Oh, they're just there. They're just not selling it. Yeah, Prompt Hero looks pretty good. AI models. Laura's. This looks like it's a well put together site. Featured, hot. Yep. PromptHero.com. That is worth checking out. That is worth checking out. In fact, let me see. AI models. Large language models. Why are there only two? Two prompts here. Looks like the language model prompts aren't really functional right now. ChatGPT. Oh, best ChatGPT prompts. Huh. No results. So like all of this stuff. So one of the things that I'll share with you, all of the tools right now, all of the tools, whether it's ChatGPT or Bing or Bard or Claude or Pi or Llama or Prompt Hero, all of them right now are, wait for it, janky pieces of shit. One of the irregulars in the Salon Discord made me a janky pieces of shit logo. And here's what I mean by that. It's not that the developers that make all these apps are bad. It's that November 30th, 2022 is ostensibly when the popular AI industry started. So that was 9 months ago. So 9 months ago, ChatGPT launches, and this is sort of this fork in the road where, before that, it was just all scientists and researchers and mathematicians, and after that, it's the rest of us, right? And so this channel's about, that moment. And now that these tools are in the hands of mere mortals, what the fuck do we do with them? Just know that as powerful as these tools are and as much noise as they're making and as much as people are talking about them, they are still very, very early. So they're very raw. They don't have a lot of sophistication. They make mistakes. They hallucinate. They make hands that look like this sometimes. They make letters that do not look like any letter you've ever seen. But if you use a tool like Ideogram, you can get it to make janky pieces of shit content. So just know that we're still very, very early, and it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's gonna be okay. Seriously, it's gonna be all right. All right? Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. We're gonna go on ahead and need you to come on in on Saturday. Oh yeah. And another thing, Peter. We're gonna need you to go on ahead and come on in on Sunday too. Yeah. One of my all-time favorite movies. I have a red stapler at work. So you can do prompting with multiple models all in one place. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's the, what was that? What was that one we just went and looked at? What was it? TypeMind. TypeMind.ai. Yeah, I'm going to bookmark that one. Hang on. Notify me. Enter your email. The biggies. All right, I'll just drop it in here. And then Prompt Hero, I'm going to drop in here too. Prompt Hero, it looks new. It looks like they're still building it, but that's okay. A lot of these things they're still building. So, all right. Duly bookmarked. All right. Fantastic. What's up, irregulars? Share Bears in the house. There's Tom Baldridge. I'm a sicko. Welcome, Tom. You're not a sicko. You're irregular. Print hello world. Can you make money with ChatGPT? Oh, I don't know. Can you?
You can make money with ChatGPT!
Why, yes, you can. But not the way you think. Oh, I'll talk to you about that. If you really want to know, if you want to know the secret of making money with ChatGPT, just send $39.95 to this P.O. box in Sioux City, Iowa. All the secrets are contained within. Did it just jump me to the bottom? Oh, TikTok, you and your godforsaken bug. See, here's the deal. I'm neurospicy, and I like answering all the questions, or as many as I can. And then TikTok occasionally just jumps me to the bottom because it's got a bug. And it makes me cranky. And every time it happens, I say the same thing. And does TikTok listen? No, they're listening to all the words I say because, God forbid, I say a word that might offend someone. They shut my fucking live down for 7 days. But if I say things like fix your bug, no, not happening. Wait, I just got a note from... Oh. Larisha from my company she's discovered the NPCs. You know, the people that are like, ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. I sort of do that here when people give me the cowboy hat, but yeah, I'm not.
Okay, I found this on the web to do that.
Siri,
when people give me the cowboy hat bug. Check it out.
Siri, really? She's jealous. Siri's jealous of the irregulars. It's so true. Can you recommend any Gen AI for visualization, like create a multi-layered donut with this data? Well, so yes. So let's go play. It's not super sophisticated visualizations, but that's also because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So we're going to go to ChatGPT. So here we are in ChatGPT. If you haven't seen ChatGPT before, these are all the prompts. These are your different models. You have 3.5 and 4. And then under GPT-4, you've got some options here. You've got default, advanced data analysis, and you've got plugins. Okay. In order to get to advanced data analysis, that's the one I'm going to show you. You've got to be in ChatGPT Plus, which is the $20 a month thing. And you have to turn it on. So you go to your settings, and then you go to beta features, and you turn it on. So if you have paid your $20, but you don't see advanced data analytics or plugins, you haven't turned them on. Okay. So advanced data analytics, this also used to be called code interpreter. So once you select it, you now have this little plus button. You can upload data. And so I'm going to go grab, what was archive 10? No, that's not what I wanted. Was it archive 9? We'll grab archive 7, although I don't know how big it is. So this is just some data I grabbed off the internet. There's a site called Kaggle. Just horrible name for a site. I don't care what it is, but it's where you can get data sets. So you go play with data sets, and get them at Kaggle. And so I'm going to say, tell me what data is in this archive. What's interesting about it, and how you might visualize it. And so what's going to happen now is, all right, let's start by examining the contents in the provided archive. So what happens with advanced data analysis is that when you launch the chat, it's actually spinning up a virtual machine that includes its own set of Python libraries and Python. So it's basically a virtual computer. And then if you open these little boxes, it says, I'm doing this work now. You can see what it's actually done is it has imported libraries to open a zip file, written its own Python to extract what's in the zip file, and then looked at what's in there. So it's game data related to, it's data related to games, and this is profile related data. So now it's going to inspect a few entries from each JSON file to understand the structure of the data. I forget what this is. I think this is, oh, they're quite large, causing a memory error. To circumvent this, I'd like to take another approach. I'll read the files line by line. So it wrote some Python. That Python failed because the virtual machine's too small. And so it's trying another thing. Now it ran into the same issue. Let's take a more cautious approach. I think this is going to fail as well. I'm going to go grab a different piece of data. Here's a brief overview. Okay. No, it did it. It did it. Player ID. Oh, I think this is chess games. Oh no, rushing yards. This is football. Yeah, this was one night someone asked me, can you do like fantasy football player selection using ChatGPT. All right. How might I visualize it? Player performance, a time chart series showing a player's performance metrics like passing yards over time, team performance, distribution of player attributes, players per team. Let's visualize team performance by the Broncos and the New York Giants. Let's just and we'll say make it visually stunning. And so now what it's going to do, if we do it right, is it's going to go actually analyze the data. It's going to pull that data into a data frame within the virtual machine. It's then going to write some Python to visualize. And I didn't tell it what kind of, you wanted what did you want, a multi-layered donut. It might be able to do that. I don't know enough about data visualization to, do that without screwing it up. So I just tell it, make it pretty. And it's pretty good at making it pretty. By the way, Tiafoe's up a break in set 2 against Shelton. Ben Shelton's something. He's going to be, he's a flipping star. Him and Alcaraz, I'd like to see Shelton win this and play Alcaraz. I think those two be explosive together. All right, let's see. I apologize for the inconvenience. The memory issue persists. Let's employ a different strategy. We're going to break it into smaller chunks. So again, like one of the things I find remarkable about this is, you saw what little input I put into it. It is prompting itself now. It's doing its own problem solving to figure out the data in this set. You can have this thing analyze images. You can have it analyze PDFs. You can have it analyze video files. You can change color spaces of multimedia files. You can turn an image into a zoomed, panning animation across the image. It's really apologizing. I sincerely apologize for the inconvenience. We're still encountering memory issues. I'll use the JSON library, which allows us to parse JSON files. So now it's just picking a different Python library and see if that works. That's kind of interesting. No, it can't do it. It's let's see. I did a cool thing a couple of weeks back where I imported an image. I had it determine the top 15 average colors of the image and then create a pie chart with all of the slices of the pie chart in the color of the most prevalent colors of the image. And then I had it name the colors like a creative crayon color, and it did it brilliantly. It was pretty beautiful. Are we doing it? Did we fail? What's it got going? It's chunking it into 1024 by 1024 chunks. 1 megabyte chunks. I assume it knows that it can keep that in memory. Although it looks like it might have hung. Anyway, this can do it. Let me go grab. I'm just going to bail on this. Let's go do a new thing. I'm going to go grab a different piece of data that's smaller. Archive 6. That was Archive 7. I mean, what's cool about this? I'm just grabbing random things. What's the data in here, and what is interesting, and how might we visualize it? It's still uploading. There we go. All right. So anyway, TK, HMO. We'll try this with one other data set. We'll see what this one is. Spotify data. Let's proceed by loading the CSV file. So it found a thing called Spotify data, so it understands that it's Spotify data. It might contain data related to Spotify, such as song details, play counts, user preferences. The data set contains details of songs on Spotify: artist name, track ID, popularity score of the track, year the song was released, genre, danceability. We've got danceability data here, kids, and energy data, and key, and loudness, and mode. Mode is minor or major. Speechiness, presence of spoken words in a track, acousticness. This is really cool. Valence. Wait, what's valence? Valence? Valence. What's valence? Valence. Measure the musical positiveness. So I guess, the more minor and sad, all the songs I know, I'm a singer-songwriter, all my songs are depressing, so my valence score would be very low. Duration in milliseconds, time signature. Considering the columns available, there are several interesting visualization. Distributions of songs by year, popularity distribution, average song characteristics per genre, correlation matrix. So let's do visualize number 4. So it knows what number 4 is. It gave us a fourth option there. Visualize number 4 in a visually stunning way. Let's see what it does. Certainly. It's going to do a heat map. We're going to use colors to represent the degree and direction of correlation between the variables. To make it even more visually stunning, we can use a diverging color palette to make the positive and negative correlations stand out. So, even if you know nothing about data visualization and data analysis, like I don't, it'll just do it. There you go. So it's got correlation matrix heat map, popularity. So it's all the different attributes, I guess, for all the different songs, and where they correlate and where they don't. Amazing. So anyway, yeah. Danceability and valence show a positive correlation, implying that the tracks that are more danceable tend to convey a more positive or happier mood. Oh, this is cool. So some observations from the heat map. Darker shades in either direction indicate stronger correlation. A diagonal is always 1 because any variables are perfectly correlated with themselves. Features like energy and loudness show a positive correlation, indicating that tracks with higher energy tend to be louder. That makes sense. Acousticness shows a negative correlation with energy and loudness, suggesting that more acoustic tracks tend to be softer and have less energy. James Taylor, Martin Sexton, John Hyatt. Brandi Carlile breaks that, though, because she's acoustic and she rocks her ass off. Anyway, that's advanced data analytics. So that's a way you can do that. Just pay your $20, turn it on, and start popping data in there. Isn't that amazing? Ain't that amazing? Ain't amazing. All right, I'm now 82 messages behind because we went down a little rabbit hole there, so sorry about that. I'm not weird. I'm a regular. I'm a regular. I like turtles. Okay. Can I make games using AI? We talked about that. I will avoid put the title on some mid-journey generated pictures. Don't like trunk traveling. What is recommended best AI for coding? So GPT-4 is really good. Although I saw a thing today that GPT-4 has gotten much worse. I think Stanford released a study where they looked at the quality of coding of GPT-4, and it's gone down pretty dramatically. And at the same time, but it's still good, so go there. Bard is supposed to be good at coding, bard.google.com. And then Code Llama, if you go to labs.perplexity.ai, Code Llama, the Code Llama model is supposed to be better than GPT-4 at coding. So I would say Bard, Code Llama, right there. They've hosted it for you, and GPT-4. All three of those are going to be some version of better than I can code, which is the bar is very low. I know what code is. Wolfman Jack, WESN Radio, rock, hip hop, and smooth jazz. Kyle, the irregulars are scheming to send you hats at the top of the hour. Giddy up. All right, what time is it? How are we doing on... All right, it's 42, so I've got, what is that, 18 minutes until the hat. Damn, I got it. Okay, see, I know, you said... I didn't prepare. I got to get some John Wayne quotes up. All right, hang on. I'll be a little prepared. John Wayne quotes. All right. Courage is being scared to death and saddling up anyway. All right. Life's hard, but it's harder if you're stupid. That's not actually the quote. The quote is, life's tough. It's tougher if you're stupid. That one I learned the last time. Let's see. Talk low, talk slow, and don't say much. All right. I got some. Wait, 50 all-time favorite John Wayne quotes. Expand to show full article. All right. I got some quotes there. I'm prepared. Fine, Share Bear. Call me out with the hat ambush. Fine. I see how this works. I'm no longer in control of this live, am I? But Kyle, you never were. You kids is funny. She's got a funny face. We'll put her front and center. Why is there a creepy lady over his shoulder? It doesn't make any sense to me. This is disturbing. All right. Turtle Girl is here. Tyrant Truth, what's happening? Fiction derived from fiction. Maybe. Don't know what that's in reference to, but yeah. Best app to build spreadsheets with formulas to merge with Excel sheets or QuickBooks. It depends what you're trying to do. Advanced data analytics, that thing I just showed, you can tell it. So I've pulled data into that and then had it analyze the data and then clean up the data and rewrite it in the order that I want in sheets within an Excel sheet. So advanced data analytics can generate CSV files or Excel worksheet or Excel spreadsheets with multiple worksheets in them. It's pretty amazing. So it can do that. There's also for Sheets, thank you very much. There's also for Sheets a thing called GPT for Sheets plugin. And in every cell of your sheets, you can call OpenAI. So you can call it to do a translation. You can call it to do an OpenAI prompt. You can call it to generate an image. So that's pretty amazing. What? What do you want? Oh, you want to go see Mama? What do you want to do? Oh, you little whiny pupper. Go see Mama. All right. Let's see. I don't know if it can do QuickBooks data, but I mean, QuickBooks, you can import CSVs, right? So, or Excel files. So, and it might even be able to, like, if you grab the data from a QuickBooks file, it might be able to read that and rewrite it. And I don't know, it might be able to even output that if it's a pretty standard format that QuickBooks does. I mean, it's been around for decades. So anyway, so I'd go play with Advanced Data Analytics or the GPT for Sheets plugin for that stuff. I'm not good at Excel, or I'd show you stuff. I'll just embarrass myself. Anything involving math. Yeah, it's a situation. All right. Yep. And folders. Kyle, you said subscribe short term as this stuff is constantly changing. It's new. Correct. I did. So I think that's in reference to that site saying it's got a lifetime thing. If it's got a lifetime subscription, I'm a little more lenient on that. But I think right now spending money on yearly subscriptions is silly, because this stuff is changing so fast. Like the speed with which these things are just changing. Thanks, Shiver. The speed with which these things are just changing, even on my list of just like, what I'm finding useful personally is just, I can't keep up with this shit. So, if I had subscriptions to all these, I'd just be kicking myself, because every time one sort of drops off the big kids list, it makes me cranky that I paid for it. But, let's see. Tiafo won the second set, so one set apiece. Shelton and Tiafo. All right. There's my John Wayne quotes for when the hat attack comes. All right. Omar Dome. If businesses are concerned about data privacy and public ChatGPT, what instead should they use? Good question. So there's a couple of things. ChatGPT just announced GPT Enterprise, which right now you have to be spending $10,000 a month for them to even consider you. So if you're a big company, ChatGPT Enterprise, you've also got, you can spin up custom instances of OpenAI servers in Microsoft Azure. So you can do things there. The other thing you can do is go to the open source community. You now have the Llama 2 models and the new Code Llama model from Meta. These are fairly significant large language models that are free for people to use. So you can set up your own servers, whether it's a virtual machine on some cloud-based thing where you have access to GPUs, or you've got your own iron with big GPUs on it. You can run this shit locally, so you're not doing any calls externally at all. Now, you're going to have to roll your own. You're going to have to fine-tune it. You're going to have to figure all that shit out. But if what you're trying to figure out is data privacy and security, there's the concerning phallic elephant ears. Thank you for that. Throws me every time, but I like it. It's solid. It's good. It's a good animation. It's solid 3D mapping to my noggin and my schnoz. Yeah, but I would do that. So I would look into the ChatGPT Enterprise, and they say that GPT Enterprise is going to be there's going to be a self-service version of it that's coming. So at some point after they get done spinning up their $10,000 a month clients, then they'll come to the rest of us groveling for data privacy and ChatGPT. Like I said, all of these tools right now are, wait for it, janky pieces of shit. They're getting less janky, but they're still improving, let's say. All right. Oops, scrolled a little overzealously. It happens. I do it all the time. Cool. Thanks on the thumbs up on Prompt Hero. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Felonious, damn, smarty pants, no ChatGPT prompts. Yeah, it's so I would assume that Prompt Hero is like, so what they're doing is smart. They're saying, okay, there's going to be lots of different models, so let's create let's create a clean interface where you can find good prompts from lots of different things. But they got to spin all that up, and I would assume that there's not a prompt API from ChatGPT yet, so they're probably going to have to scrape some shit and whatever. It's probably a thing, is my guess. It'll get there. How's everyone been? Joker, I've been good. Can my husband be an honorary irregular because I walk around the house listening to Kyle every night? I'm so sorry. He is absolutely welcome to be an irregular. But, he's got to put up with our nonsense. So ask OK Farmer and Tobias. They make date night out of AI Learning Lab lives. I was working and didn't realize we went live. It happens. Sometimes we're live and I don't even realize we've gone live. 9-year-old is good at this prompt. Said me and you are too old for this. We are too old for this, but screw them. I'm telling you. So here's the thing. I deeply, deeply, deeply believe this. These AI tools. Revenge of the liberal arts major is coming, and revenge of the Gen Xers is coming, because I think having a broad view of things is going to be a superpower, and I think being on this planet for extra decades is going to be a superpower. Why? Because these tools, these fancy-ass, not those, these fancy-ass large language model tools, they produce content so quickly that if you've been on the planet for a while, we're going to be able to look at what they produce and go, that's good, that's bad, like that. So our life experience, and then if you've got a broad view of the world, if you're not sort of hyper-focused on a single thing, again, you're going to be able to sort of context shift. And now I'm copywriting, now I'm making images, now I'm making music, now I'm doing project planning, now I'm doing creative writing, right? Boom, 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 boom. Fucking field day for ADHDers, field day for Gen Xers, and millennials, older millennials. Field day for liberal arts people, horizontal thinkers. We're having fucking party with this stuff. So yeah, you can tell your 9-year-old to, well, he's 9. Say, thanks, honey. You're right. I love you. That's what you should tell your 9-year-old. And then you can secretly say, what's really going on? All right. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba. Silver Fox. I just call Kyle my guy. As in I was watching My Guy and... sorry. Office Space is the best. TPS reports ASAP. Lumberg. I made that. You made Office Space? Did you work on Office Space, Ted Looks at Life? Oh my God. Just like... like every flippin' scene of that movie has a memorable line in it. You don't have on the required amount of flair. Flair? It's like, oh. Yeah, I'm going to need you to go on ahead and come on in on Saturday. Yeah. You've been missing a lot of work, Peter. I wouldn't call it missing it. Well, that's good. That's good. You're management material. Oh my goodness, that's a classic. It's a classic. It's a real. Oh, TikTok just jumped me to the friggin' bottom. This is like a bad SNL skit that's not funny that I have to react to every time, like I'm some sort of pathological TikTok interface troll. Makes my head hurt. Oh, TikTok, why? Why? Oh, I saw Pate's in here. Welcome. Bam, 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 beam, beep, beam. 10:32 EST bingo. What time is it? Oh, EST. So that's 8:30. That was ages ago. I'm way behind. Of course I am. That's one of the traditions around here. Looks like a touchscreen computer. It's a spin stand box container, not virtual machine. Oh wait, it's spin a stand box container. It's spin a stand box container. I don't know what a stand box container is, not a virtual machine. But please educate me on that. Well, ChatGPT can too. Hang on. Is that the right thing? Stand box container versus virtual machine. Containers and virtual machines are both technology used for virtualization and resource isolation. They have distinct differences in terms of architecture, efficiency, and use cases. Here's a comparison. Isolation and resource management. Containers share the host operating system's kernel. Okay, which means they're more lightweight and efficient. However, the shared kernel can potentially lead to less strict isolation. Okay, VMs. So a VM is really a standalone thing. Containers are highly efficient. Containers are known for their portability, generally have better performance. Containers often good isolation for most use cases, but not as secure as VMs. Okay, cool. So it's a container. It's a spin stand box container, not a virtual machine. Cool. Thank you for that. All right. See, you learn something new every day here, people. This is about learning. It's the AI Learning Lab. We're learning. We start clueless, and then we remain clueless because someone else always knows more. And you know who knows even more than those people? These things. They know fucking everything. Hey, how to partner? Wait, is it that time? Is that time? It is. It's that time. Oh, good Lord. Hang on. The fucking pressure. Y'all are killing me. Every man deserves a second chance, but keep an eye on him. Wait, I gotta make them bigger. My eyes are old. Tomorrow's perfect when it arrives and puts itself in our hands. It hopes we've learned something from yesterday. John Wayne. Tomorrow is the most important thing in life. It comes into us at midnight, very clean. It's perfect upon arrival. And this is not. Here's the problem. I'm shitty at John Wayne. Oh, good Lord. I'm in a flop sweat right now. I'll tell you what. You know what, Little Missy? We're not going with actual quotes because, you know what? I got a generic... Where's my hat? There you go. See, I got a generic Southern cowboy kind of accent. And this is how I talk. I'm going to talk like this. And we're going to talk about... You know, we're going to talk about AI. I don't know if you tried that AI, but AI is good. AI is powerful. This is like one of them awful NPC things. Hat. Oh, dogs are fighting. Is that my dog? Yeah, I like it. I need suspenders for that one. Do a little dancing. Do a little jig. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, that was awesome. Thank you. Sorry, I should have written a script. I should have had ChatGPT write me a script and learned it. Bad actor. That's why I'm an ex-actor. Thank you for the hats. That was awesome. Y'all are swell. How big are the data files for it to die? They're not that big. The megabyte. Whoa, good. Go. Welcome to the plane, boss, the plane. Did Shelton just break? Oh, he did. Shelton just broke Tiafu in the third set. I think for Code Interpreter, for advanced data analysis, the limit was a 100 megabyte file. But now they've changed it so you can upload multiple files. What I don't know is it a total of 100 megabytes or if it's 100 megabytes per file. I assume it's a total of 100 megabytes. Because the fact that one file, I think it was a 90 megabyte file, and it kind of choked it in its container. So, not huge amounts of data. Again, like the advanced data analytics right now in ChatGPT, again, I'm going to go back to this thesis that all of these tools right now are janky pieces of shit. So it crashes a lot. It doesn't quite get it right a lot. It only does Python right now. It's only got limited libraries right now. They've probably picked the sort of safest set of libraries. The visualization libraries it uses are fairly unsophisticated, although it might just be that I'm unsophisticated and don't quite know what to ask for. So anyway, so I think it's decently limited, Pate, from what I can tell. Certainly for someone who is used to dealing with big data, it's probably comically small. But who knows? Who even knows anymore? Does anybody really know what time it is? Does anybody really care? Da, da, da. That's a Gen X kid song. Remember hearing that when you were a kid? All right. Let's see. That was in a day when we had 3 television channels and 2 radio stations, and we liked it. We listened to whatever crap song our parents liked. All right. I'm 73 messages behind, by the way, so if you're wondering, why isn't he answering my question? It's just not fair. I don't even think he's live. I think he's an avatar. I'm pretty sure he's GPT-5. I don't know if you knew this, but they said GPT-5 was going to look like people, and he doesn't look normal, so I'm pretty sure he's GPT-5. But he doesn't seem very smart. You would think GPT-5 would be smarter, wouldn't you? I mean, I would think that. But he's definitely not live because he didn't answer my question. I've asked it 73 times. I look like Al Franken there for a little bit. That's like an Al Franken look. Buffering a little for me just once, though. All right. Well, TikTok sucks. Xfinity sucks. Teacher here. What app is best for detecting student using AI to complete written assignments? Catherine, I would strongly dissuade you from taking that approach. Your student, whichever tool you find that can detect AI, your students will quickly figure out ways to use tools to rewrite it so it's not detectable by the tool that you selected. This stuff is coming everywhere. It's going to be in the world that your students enter. And so rather than try to do this and say, to hell with the new technology, accept the fact that this stuff's not going to be uninvented. So Google 3 days ago announced the general availability of Duet, which is their version of ChatGPT, in all of the Google tools. It's going to be in Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Presentations, the Help Me Write button. It's going to literally be Help Me Write. It's going to be in everything. It's in Slack right now. It's in Notion. It's going to be in Microsoft 365. It's going to be in Apple's operating system. It's going to be everywhere. So right now, these tools kind of live off to the side, but they're very quickly being integrated into what we do. Now, if you work for a school district that at the district level says, we're blocking ChatGPT, I feel bad for you. I don't think it serves the district. I don't think it serves the students. I don't think it serves the teachers. You can use these tools to read and analyze papers and help create, lesson plans faster and do a lot of the administrative work that you do much, much faster. These tools are remarkable. Take a look at Harvard this year just released their generative AI guidelines. Harvard. You can take that to the school board or to your administrators if this is coming from the administrators. Harvard now has generative AI guidelines. Let me go look at Harvard Gen AI guidelines. Provost.harvard.com. Guidelines for using ChatGPT and other AI tools at Harvard. Protect confidential data. You're responsible for any content. Adhere to current policies on academic integrity. Be alert for AI-enabled phishing. Is this the one? There's another one. Hang on. Anyway, yeah. AI policy gaps, diverse policy stuff. Go look for the Harvard policy on it. Also look for the City of Boston's guidelines on using generative AI. I would also look for a TikToker. Her name is, I think it's I Am Gibson, or Gibson's in her name. She's an English teacher. She brought ChatGPT into the classroom. She teaches English in 11th and 12th grade, I think. And she's engaging her students to, like, her senior class this year, she's having them write a major thesis paper without ChatGPT and a major thesis paper with ChatGPT. And the entire semester, the entire year, they're going to be talking about what are these tools good at? What are they not good at? What did you have to rewrite? What was hard for you to write? What was easy for you to write? Where did it help? Where did it hurt? All that sort of stuff. She's engaging their critical thinking skills. That's what's going to be most important. Here's the challenge. Our current education system is training students for a world that's about to cease to exist. These tools over the next 3 years are going to start to do all of the tactical execution of, like, writing copy and entering data and doing all this stuff. All the sort of rote stuff that a lot of our education is training people to do is going to be done by these tools. What's going to be required is critical thinking. So I would strongly encourage you, don't think like, how do I detect them and get them to stop using it? It's not going to stop. And it doesn't serve them. So that's my soapbox. I'll get off it. You can disagree with me, but I think this is really important. It's something I'm very passionate about, and I'm not historically passionate about education, but even though I started a channel called the AI Learning Lab, I just think this stuff's super important, and it's coming whether we want it or not. And it's going to transform not only education, it's transforming all of the creative arts, it's transforming all of knowledge work, it's transforming anything that's computer mediated is going to be absolutely radically transformed by this stuff. And the more that we can get curious about it and embrace it and learn what it's good at and what it's not good at, that's how we're going to serve students of all ages. So that's where my head is. Okay, my boyfriend's in jail, and I need an AI to basically pretend they are an attorney. Okay, that actually sounds serious, and so a couple of things I would say. Go to prompts.chat and look at how they've crafted the personas that they create. I'm pretty sure in there is, act like a lawyer. You can tell ChatGPT to act like a lawyer, act like this, act like that. When you're dealing with legal stuff, it's really good at analyzing documents, and it's really good at having opinions. But my nickname for ChatGPT is mansplaining as a service. It will confidently answer you even if it's wrong. There's a pretty famous case 6 weeks or so ago of a lawyer that had ChatGPT write a legal opinion, complete with legal citations, and handed it to a judge. And the judge clicked on all those legal citations and realized they were all fake bullshit because ChatGPT just made them up. So this stuff can actually probably give you, at least good understanding of what your options are, and maybe give you ideas and maybe write nice letters for you. But double check everything, especially if you're using citations in any way. Double check that stuff. The other thing that I think is potentially worth your time to explore is play with Pi.ai or the Pi app. If you go to the Apple Store and look up Pi, P-I, personal assistant, you'll find that app, the company's Inflection, and put it into voice mode. And you can actually just start talking with it and asking it questions. Here's the situation. Here's the situation with my boyfriend. And why that's potentially interesting is Pi is actually connected to the internet. So if there is modern case law that could help in the argument, Pi will be able to search for that modern case law better than ChatGPT, which isn't connected to the internet. You could also try Bard, which is on my first little page there. Bard is connected to the internet. The other thing, so there's three things I would try. I would try GPT-4 at OpenAI. I would try Bard. I would try Pi. And then if you've got long documents, like if you've got long case law documents or legal briefs or lawsuits or whatever it might be, Claude can read very long documents, like up to about 75,000 words. So you can take very long documents, upload them to Claude or just paste them into the prompt, and then ask any questions you want about it. All of these tools are really good at reading documents and analyzing them. Claude is really good at long documents. So hope that helps. Pate, looking at the advanced data analytics, the heat map, right? Writing its own code and generating heat maps and charts and graphs. Yeah, it's fucking remarkable. Read the probable cause affidavit. Tell me what motions to file. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So I don't know if you're saying read or read. If it read it, it's really good at that. I would say Claude is the one. If you want to have it read long documents and not have it choke, Claude's the one to do that with. And yeah, Felonious talking about donotpay.com as an AI lawyer. Depending on what your boyfriend is facing, Do Not Pay could work, but you might need something a little more sophisticated. Wonder when we will find on the Bible codes. I mean, listen, there's been so much written about the Bible codes. These things know all of these tools, ChatGPT, Claude, Bard. All of these things have been trained on as much of the public internet that people can get their hands on. That these companies can get their hands on. So something like the Bible code that people have been talking about for, centuries now? Long time. These things know all that, right? So you can absolutely just go ask it all that stuff and just run down your own rabbit holes. I want you to act as a biblical scholar that's really good at code breaking and blah, 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 and just start asking it questions. What's the secret human question to know who is a real human profile? Wait, what is the secret human question to know who is a real human profile? I don't know what the secret human question is, but I do have something that I can show. I'll do a little showing off here it's going to piss some people off, but I think that's funny. Dun, 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 dun. I am a verified human, and I'm anonymous, but I have a blockchain verified by my retina at a thing called the Orb World ID. So this is an NFT. This is a blockchain identity badge or identity token of me that doesn't require my name, my social security number, any of that shit. It just verifies that I'm human. And this is Sam Altman's new company called WorldCoin, and this is World ID. So his new company has three components. WorldCoin, which is the cryptocurrency, World ID, which is a human verification system, and then a whole transaction like a PayPal kind of thing. And it's all in developer mode right now. So if you're a developer, you can be building applications on top of this system where, for example, you could build a Twitter that people could only use if they were verified to be a unique human. One of the things this did when it scanned my irises, which I know is creepy as fuck, but whatever, I don't give a shit. When it scanned my iris, what it said was it was comparing my signature, my biometric signature, with all of the other humans in the database. It was basically validating my uniqueness compared to the other humans in the database. So once it did that, it gives me this blockchain verified thing. So yeah, that's here. I went to New York City to get that because, like you do. He's so weird. He got his iris scanned. He put it in a thing called the Orb, and then he seems normal, sort of, but he's a little weird. You know what? It seems like he got scanned by a robot. That's what it seems like. Oh, thank you very much for the how. Actually, one of the last plays I did, I played Elvis in Steve Martin's Picasso at the La Pana Gilles in Ridgefield, Connecticut. That microphone reminded me of when I sang. I sang me some Elvis songs. Bow, bow, bow. All right. Let's see. Ahoy, sir. How is the picture-in-picture feature enabled? This is when you go live, there's an option called dual camera. What's weird about it is TikTok took it away from me for like a month. I don't know why. It just was gone. Like, it was there, and people were like, how do you do that? And all it is that box is the back camera, and then this is the front camera. And that's how I'm doing it. So that's what did it. Dual camera feature when you go live. Code quality seems to change quite a bit depending on the language and model. Yeah, I know. The code quality right now is a mess. They call that in the large language models drift. So as OpenAI is fixing their fine-tuning of ChatGPT, some things get better, some things get worse. Which is, again, I kind of make the joke about these tools being janky pieces of shit, but it's important to know that as you get more educated with these tools and you start playing with them and you start understanding what they are, you're going to start to want to build stuff. And you might use a tool like Zapier, and you create these automations where someone can fill out a form, and then you send stuff to OpenAI, and it makes these really cool things. And you're like, oh, this is fantastic. And I made this application, and it's perfect. And then 3 months later, you go to show it to someone, and it's not perfect anymore because there's drift. So a strong recommendation right now is learn as much as you can, build as much as you can, talk as much as you can to people about what you're learning. And accept the fact that whatever you build right now, whatever you learn right now, is going to be completely irrelevant 3 months from now. Just know that, just like life, everything is some temporary game that we play. It's just that with these tools, it's much more temporary because they're changing so fast. This stuff's changing so fast. Like the requirement right now that is on all of us to be good at prompting and to be good at using our native language as a programming tool, that requirement is going to go away. If you're a developer, you're still going to need to be able to do that. But most human beings are not going to need that. You're going to be able to just ask this shit, kind of like when I was showing advanced data analytics, where I said, hey, what's inside this and what's interesting about it? And it just started doing all its own shit. That's how these tools are going to act in the future. Right now, they don't act like that way because they're janky pieces of shit. But as they get more sophisticated, there's going to be increasing layers of interface that hide all the sort of technical underpinnings from us, unless we want to dig in there and play with those. Most people don't want to do that. Most people are like, I want the robot to do the hard stuff for me. Could the robot do the hard stuff? If the robot could do the hard stuff, I'd like this. It would be pretty good because there's a lot of shit I do I don't like. You know what I mean? And so I would like the robots to do the hard stuff. And if the robots do the hard stuff, everybody wins. Seriously. Like I think this is my thing. Like the more I'm learning, I think the killer app is our world is too complicated and most of us are miserable because every fucking day we spend 2 hours on the phone with AT&T trying to get them to reinstate our AARP discount for $10 a month for the stupid fucking phone bill. That was my Labor Day Monday. 2 hours. Just trying to get my stupid $10 a month discount back. They were clueless on the phone. We had a bad connection. They couldn't hear me. I couldn't hear them. We were both screaming at each other. Then I go to log into the website and it breaks. It doesn't log in. It's just like something went wrong. Sorry. 2 hours of just... Wouldn't it be nice if you just said, excuse me, could you go make sure that I have all the discounts I need on my AT&T thing? And it's like, sure, boss. Like golden retriever. I'll do that for you. Let me go now. It runs off, and your little robot talks to their little robot. They work some shit out. Your little robot comes back and says, okay, boss, here you go. I fixed this. I got this. You have $2 less on this. You have a choice. Do you want this or do you want this? I want that. Okay, great. Got that. I'll go change that. Now, you have another choice. Do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want that? Do you want a new Apple Watch? You can get one for free. Is it going to cost me anything? Nope. Okay, click. I'll be back. All right, your watch will be there tomorrow. Why can't it do that? Well, it can. It's going to. That's the killer app. All right. Da-da-ba-bum. Now he's kerfuffled. I was totally kerfuffled. There was just too many hats. It was too much pressure. I didn't have a script. I didn't learn my lines. I was a bad actor. Oh, what's going on? Wait, sorry. Tennis moment. Just getting a score update. Looks like Tiafoe's up a break in the third set. Yeah. All right. Is it really an ambush if you were forewarned? That is now you're getting just smart alecky, Emilio's wife. All right, Togas, are we in a regular private room or in a general one? Togas, in the AI Discord, in the AI Salon Discord, there's a private irregulars channel. But you just have to let me know who you are in Discord, and then I'll give you the role. So for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, I've created a community called the AI Salon that we meet every other week. And we have a Discord server, and we can continue the conversation about all this AI stuff there. So that link, the salon.ai, is a link tree that contains information about the salon itself and our values, and a link to the meetup where you can sign up to, join us every other week, and then a link to the Discord where you can go play with Midjourney and talk about shit and ask questions. It's cool. It's a neat community. Silver Fox, thank you. What's that cool thing? Oh, it's a little Tweety bird. It's a little Tweety bird, but it's not called Tweets anymore. It's called X. It's a little X bird. Nice little X bird you got there, except he killed the bird. He killed the bird. All right. The only thing that isn't irregular about us is our tapping. 36,000 likes. Y'all are nuts. Thank you, Steve-O. Thank you, Silver Fox. Good evening, Kyle. Bruno, what's happening? What's shaking? What's shaking, shaking, shaking? Wait, Kyle, do we have your full attention? No one ever has my full attention. It's always like, It's like ADD is just like some sort of space antenna, just fucking filtering in thoughts from everywhere. Oh. Ben Shelton's about to break Tiafo back in this game. Ben Shelton, he's going to be a superstar. Mark my words. That boy's going to be good. Oh, wait, sorry. But Kyle, where's the pictures? We want pretty pictures. How will we know if we're in an AI learning lab if we don't have the pretty pictures, Kyle? What's up with that, Kyle? The elephant and chat stopper, lol. 5 items added to the list tonight. Oh, good. Felonious, thank you for doing that. So what we should do, Felonious, if you haven't joined the Discord, you should join the Discord and we can share the... Felonious is making like a Google Sheet. Oh, you know what we could do, Felonious? If you want, I can put the Google Sheet on one of the link trees or other. So what Felonious is doing is every time I show some stupid-ass tool where I'm like, oh, this is a cool one, in my sort of manic ADD way, he's been adding it to a Google Sheet. So he's got like a list of like 75 tools, which that's super cool. So first, thank you. And second, we should figure out a way that we can share that. Because if it's a Google Sheet, we can just make it shareable. And then we can figure out a place to share it. I think that would be super cool. And that shit is going to change all the time. And what I'm trying to do on the channel is... through like whatever my filter is, it's like I have a decent bullshit meter. And so what I try to do is like, what makes my list here is like, this is shit that I've found value in, that I find value in pretty regularly. And I'll knock shit off this list. As new stuff comes up that's better than this, I'll knock stuff off this list. This list for most of the year was 3 things long. Now it's 7. And now we've got 4 different image tools. And the image tools, quite frankly, this should probably be more like 6 or 7, but it's just too much. So, and then the video tools are they're expensive and a little janky right now. And the audio synthesis tools are okay, but the audio synthesis doesn't really sound. Oh, Shelton broke him. So they're on serve in the 3rd set. Tiafu looks broken. Ben Shelton looks like 20-year-old confidence, man. Dude's a beast. 149 mile an hour serve. Come on. All right. How do I get Flowwise to stream the responses from bot press? Janky is a great way to describe it all. Alexander Rude, I don't know. You're down in a level of tools, a level below what I'm dealing with. So Flowwise to stream the responses from bot press. I have no idea. I can do automations in Zapier. I know a handful of the tools, but I'm not most of what my time is doing is I'm the CEO of a video technology company. So I'm not doing any of this AI shit full time other than how I'm applying it to my business. This isn't a hobby for me. Like this is what do they call it? An avocation. Like this is something. The reason I'm doing this is all of this stuff feels very, very important to me. I feel like there's been a handful of times in my life where I can't not be doing this. Like I have to be actively engaged with this shit every single day because it's critically important. Critically fucking important. That's why this channel exists. Is, if I can get one person to go to chat.openai.com, type in some fucking little thing where they're like, oh, this is stupid. It's just like Google. Blah, blah, blah. And then they have their Kevin McAllister moment, their Home Alone moment. And then they realize, oh, shit, these are different. Something's different. Oh, crap, what do I do? Thank you, Togas. Oh, Togas reached level 13. Banger. He's leveling up. People are leveling up in here. I don't know if you're competitive, right? Why would you not be competitive? Oh, right, because everyone gets a participation certificate. No, not in Gen X we didn't. We got trophies. You know who got trophies? The winners. You know what we called the people that didn't get trophy? Loser. That's how we played. We got slapped around. I think we need to go back to a little winners and losers. All right. Tony Soprano, the books are closed. My husband asked me, why do I watch this stuff? You'll never use it. I beg to differ. Okay, Don A. Smith. Kudos to you. 1956. I'm 1965. Listen. He's wrong. He's wrong. You will use this. Here's the deal about AI. You're already using AI. It's in almost everything we've been using. AI isn't new. It's been around for decades. Ask Pate, who's in here tonight. Like he's working on the sort of core underlying models and making that shit more efficient. Like the reason this shit just works is because of people like Pate that have been doing this for fucking decades. What's new is the ChatGPT piece. The piece that makes these tools available to like regular human beings. These things are janky pieces of shit right now, but they're not going to be for long. Like in the next 18 months, what these things do is going to get way more sophisticated, and where these things live is going to be everywhere. It's going to be features inside of everything we touch. And so what you're doing, Dawn, is by being curious about this and understanding what these things are and playing with them, even if you're just saying, help me do my garden, help me figure out some clever stitch for my sewing club, help me organize the potluck dinner for the school. It doesn't matter. Whatever you're doing with this stuff, anything that you're learning right now is going to be a resource to you as this stuff gets more and more sophisticated. When it shows up in all of the different tools that we use, you're going to know what to do with it. You're going to know how to do it. You're going to know why it's cool. You're going to know why it's powerful. So kudos to you. He's wrong. Rock on, sister. T-minus 8 minutes. Who's in? Y'all are great. That was very sweet, Cher Bear. The hat barrage was awesome. Can AI with machine learning develop self-awareness and become sentient? It's an interesting question, Zen. And it
9:33 p.m.
Yes, okay. It's 9:33 p.m. apparently. Siri's just so jealous of me. Here's my thought on sentience and AGI and all that sort of stuff. I think at this point, it's a matter of semantics. And I think ultimately it will be way more than just a matter of semantics. But if you understand how ChatGPT works, if you understand how the probability engine, that is the way that these tools generate what they generate.
Here's what I found.
It is mathematically not sentient. It is mathematically a calculator. So when you type your prompt, what the machine's doing is turning your prompt into a series of numbers and a weighted probability that goes and looks in this crazy-ass mathematical vector space and says, some point in this 1,000-dimensional mathematical space has the highest probability of being the next word or the next phrase based on the prompt that you wrote. And then it just does that over and over again. So it literally doesn't know what words it's putting on screen. It's basically finding a number in vector space and then just associating that number with the word that's tied to it. And then that's the word that it puts on screen. Or that's the phrase that it puts on screen. And it does that over and over again. It is not aware of what it wrote. To it, it's just a series of numbers in a sequence based on probabilities. It's a probability engine. It's conceptually super simple. It's fucking magic, right? It's so sophisticated that what it produces you look at it and you're like, this thing has to be sentient. It has to understand that. But what's actually happening here is it's been trained on all of what we have put on the internet for the past 4 decades or 5 decades. Not all of it, but as much as they could get their hands on. And so this is what these things are right now, is they're like a mirror of our humanity. We've put a bunch of language into the world. These things have ingested that knowledge and created all these semantic pools, mathematical clusters of what all the words mean. And then when we interact with it, it kind of responds back to us kind of like a human, because we trained it on what we've done. So this is a mirror of us. So right now, they're not aware. They're not aware of what they say, of what they do. Now, could they be? Sure, because... So one of the reasons these things hallucinate is you ask it a question and it's just pulling from all of the shit that was on the internet. So it's pulling stuff that was wrong as much as it was right. And it's some amalgamation of what you asked for is what gets put back. And sometimes it lies. There's not a layer right now. There's not a cycle where these large language models actually analyze what they gave you and score it. So they don't say, is this correct? Did I lie about these citations? There's none of that right now. As they start adding in things like memory, so like, imagine if ChatGPT remembered every conversation you've ever had with it. And you could say, hey, ChatGPT, remember when we talked about that obscure card game that had weird rules? Oh, yeah, that was this game on this date. Here's what we talked about. What do you want to know about it? Then it starts to get a little interesting. When it starts actually being aware of what it wrote and analyzing what it wrote and adjusting what it wrote based on its knowledge of what you like and what it likes. And like, you could see this getting way more sophisticated in the future. So right now it looks sophisticated, but it's mathematically a calculator. In the future, there's still going to be a lot of math involved, but it's going to start to have awareness and memory and reasoning and things like that. That's where you start to get into things like AGI. Here's why I don't think it's super relevant. From where I sit, just as a business guy, an entrepreneur that just wants to use these remarkable tools, these things are already dramatically smarter than I am, more capable than I am in many, many areas. And like some areas, I have no interest in learning it. Other areas, it's like, I'd like to learn that, but I don't have to now. It's all there. So, I suppose at the point that they become sentient, then we have conversations like, well, is it ethical to shut one off if it's aware of its own existence? I don't know. It's still a machine that we're prompting, but there may be a point at which it is so sophisticated that we're like, it's kind of human. I don't know. But right now, these things are already significantly more profound than anything I've ever touched in my life. It's completely making me rethink how I engage with computers and how we will engage with computers, like completely. Like fucking 58 years of how I do problem solving and creative thinking is completely different in 9 months. And just, I'm telling you, the minute you cross the threshold from, oh, this is a cute little tool, to, holy fuck, it can do that? The minute you cross that threshold, this is red pill, blue pill. You can't unlearn it. You can't unsee it. And you can't describe it to anyone. Why people who are into AI sound so fucking insane is that they're trying to explain something that's unexplainable. Unless you are in it and see it and experience it. And then you go, oh, I get it now. That's what this channel is. It's like people come in here and like, who's this fucking weirdo? Oh, okay, I'll go to ChatGPT. Whatever. ChatGPT says whatever, I'll go there. Oh my God. Oh, that was rather impressive. Well, but it can't do what I do. Oh. Well, let me see if it can really do what I do. Oh my. Should I be? Oh my. What do I do now? Oh. Until you have that moment, how do you explain that to someone? I had an epiphany with a computer. I had a breakthrough. I realized that what I do is now it's not going to be done that way anymore. Well, how do you know that? I just know because it does it. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to do with this information. That's where we are right now. Nobody knows what to do with this information. I don't know what to do with this information other than fucking talk about it incessantly 2 or 3 hours a night. And learn every fucking thing I can. So, Dawn with her husband going, yeah, you're never going to use this shit, Dawn. Dawn's like, yeah, well, okay. Keep watching the tennis match there, hubby. 6-6 in the third. They're in a tiebreaker in the third set. This is a good man. It's very exciting. I love me some U.S. Open tennis. All right. Thanks for the update, Kyle, about data privacy. Obviously, early days in the matter for small-sized businesses. Yes. Xen maybe. Okay. What may? Oh, TikTok just jumped me to the bottom. Oh, TikTok, for the love of all that is programming, fix the fucking bug. Here's the problem with the bug that drives me crazy is I'm sure I'm the only one that complains about it. I don't think anyone else runs into this bug. So they ain't never going to fix it. Never. Well, that sounds very cynical and negative, Kyle. Have you ever considered trying a positive outlook on life? Oh, I've tried it. But I've been on the planet. Show and tell time, Mr. Shannon. All right, well, what do you want me to show and tell? I will show and tell whatever you want to say. You just made my night. Thank you very much. Ask Pi if she thinks your bow would help you if you were in jail. Cabruno. That's a solid bitter response. I like it. I fully support the bitterness. Bitter? You betcha. Ask ChatGPT how to leave your boyfriend who's in jail because you deserve better. It's getting saucy in here. I like it. All right. You just made my night. What AI services are worth paying for? Okay. As few as possible, for one thing. Because there's a lot of free shit out there. ChatGPT, I pay $20 a month for. I think it's worth it. GPT-4 is the best. Code Interpreter, the advanced data analytics is fucking remarkable. Plugins, I could take or leave. I don't really give a shit about those. Claude's free right now, but they rate limit it. So at some point that might be worth paying for. But given the choice between paying for that one or Claude, if they charge for it, it's going to be ChatGPT for now. Bard is free. Bing is free. Labs.perplexity is free. The Llama models are open source. You can build shit with them and you don't have to pay for them. Pi is free. Poe is free, but you can pay for access to some of the more advanced other models. I wouldn't pay for Poe. All the rest of the shit's free. I pay for Midjourney. Absolutely worth it. It's the best image generator out there. Ideogram is free. Leonardo is worth paying for, in my opinion, if you want to make a lot of images and you don't want to make images inside of Discord. Shelton's up 4-2 in the tiebreaker. Clip Drop, all those things are free, but I think there's also some sort of paid thing there. So I pay for Midjourney, I pay for ChatGPT, I pay for 11 Labs because I wanted to synthesize my own voice. I pay for D-ID, which makes the animations of the voice, so you can synthesize your voice, then write a script, and it'll talk like you, sort of. And then you can put it behind a picture, and it'll talk like you with D-ID, so I pay for that. I pay for Zapier, which is an automation tool. And I pay for Google Colab, so I can run virtual machines if I want to geek out. And that's, I think, it right now. And there are probably others worth paying for. As I said to that Felonious reminded me, I wouldn't pay for anything on an annual basis. Just go month to month because the shit's changing too fast. What should I be show and telling? Let me jump to the bottom and see what everyone's saying I should show and tell. Holy shit, I was really far behind. Ba-da-ba-ba-bum. Felonious, I'm an addict. Hi, my name's Kyle. I'm into AI. Welcome, Kyle. I've been into AI since I discovered ChatGPT on November 30th, 2022. Yeah, we know, Kyle. Us too. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Every day I think about AI and I can't do anything else. I don't sleep anymore. Mm-hmm. Yep. Welcome to the club, Kyle. All right. Everyone else excited? Oh, yeah, we're thrilled. Why are we so low energy? We're fucking exhausted. Oh, thanks for the... Thanks for the penis nose. That was fantastic. Oh, and Shelton just whiffed one. 5-4 Shelton over Tiafo in the tiebreaker. Ooh, it's a good match. What do you want me to show and tell there, people? I do 13 hours by myself. What's the best place to learn prompting? Ayn Rando. Okay, 10 out of 10 on the name. Ayn Rando. That's brilliant. Okay, so prompting. If you're just getting started, go to that document, prompts.chat. It's got primers in there that'll teach you about the large language models, how they work, how to talk to them. It's also a big long list of like personas for how you can make ChatGPT act like different kind of experts, basically. It's a good starting point. It goes way, way deeper than this. I would say just go to Reddit and go to Twitter, X, and search for ChatGPT prompt cheat sheets. There's like 1 billion cheat sheets out there. Some of them are good, some of them are not good. The best way to get good at prompting is just start playing. And here's the biggest shift, mental shift that I can give you. 5-6 in the tiebreaker. It's intense. Google has trained us that what you should type into a prompt box is the minimum amount possible, right? Just give me what you need and I'll go find you your shit. These things need much more context. The more context you give them, the better they get. So think of an interaction with ChatGPT not like you're prompting and getting an answer, but more like you're starting a conversation. Here's the kind of thing I'm trying to solve. Here's what you're good at. Here's what I'm good at. Here's the piece I don't know. Here's my problem. 6-6 in the tiebreaker. Holy crap. They do have a bug on other lives, but maybe a smaller reaction. I don't know what that's about. What was the free image prompt site mentioned earlier? The free image prompt site, that was Ideogram. So ideogram.ai is free, and it's the one that does text. These are all ideogram images that have the AI Learning Lab words, like the word on the silo. Isn't that cool? I mean, come on, how cool is that? I didn't Photoshop that. That ain't no work. I just said AI Learning Lab, silo. And it did that. These were all posters. So ideogram. So that's free for now. It won't be for long, but it's free for now. Oh, Tiafo's up 7-6. Young Shelton. Young Ben Shelton. He's up against it. This is set point for Tiafo, and he's serving. Hang on. Oh, Ben just nodded to his box. It's going to be okay. Let's see if it's okay, Ben. Tiafo, bang. Oh, whiffed it. Did he win? Oh, no, he was long. Second serve. Was that in? Holy crap, what a return. What a return. Right? Oh my God. He fucking smashed the second serve. 7-7 in the tiebreaker. Holy crap. All right. I just uploaded 2 coloring books to KDP. Very cool, Sherry Banks. 22 years versus 2 weeks. What's that? The 22 years versus 2 weeks thing? Because I just wrote I just did a video on the 10,000 hour rule that I think the 10,000 hour rule is dead. Right? So instead of you having to spend 4 years getting good at something, you can spend 4 months now or 2 weeks. Right? Big rally. 7-7. Oh, Tiafo wonks it into the net. 8-7 for Ben Shelton, serving for set number 3. Woo! All right. Let's see. Ba-da-ba-bum. What time is it? It's 10 minutes to 10. Good night, Kyle, irregulars. And aleatory prompt lines. Good night, Togas. Do we need more data? They're saying that we need more data, and then there's kind of weird conflicting things about, is synthesized data going to cause model collapse or not? It seems like synthesized data, when used right, can be quite powerful. And it also looks like, wait for it. Ben Shelton. Set number 3. 2 sets to 1. Ben Shelton. Francis Tiafoe's number 10 in the world. People are losing their minds. This kid's a fucking star. Amazing. Do we need more data? I just saw a thing that so ChatGPT, the way ChatGPT is trained is through what's called human reinforcement learning. So they have ChatGPT or GPT-4 generate a response, and then humans go thumbs up, thumbs down. Here's what's good about it, or here's how I'd rewrite it, right? They're now getting AI large language models to do that instead of humans. So the AI robots are doing the human analysis as good or better than humans are, way faster. So this is now that thing that people talked about. Well, what happens when the robots start training the robots and they just get sort of exponentially smarter, faster? So I don't know. I don't know where the boundary is of, do we need more human-generated data, or do we solve the problems of model collapse with synthesized data and figure out ways to use synthesized data so that these things just get better and better without collapsing? I don't know. I do not know. It's wild. Oh, which service did he say he paid for VMs, for voice stuff? 11 Labs. So 11 Labs. Here, you want to say Emilio's wife wanted show and tell. Let's go do a show and tell. 11 Labs. 11labs.com. Generative voice AI. And then let's go. We'll go to ChatGPT. And we're going to go to GPT-4 because it's the best, just normal. And we're going to say, write me a soliloquy of a sad zombie turtle that is lamenting the fact that the waterfront carnival is ending tonight. In the dimming light, where water meets the shore, the carnival's vibrant colors cast a glow, transient and fading. How cruel time can be. That's good. We'll grab that. Okay. So when I say play with these tools, seriously, just put in stupid shit. Just ask it to do stupid shit, and then what invariably happens is you realize that these things are just way deeper than you think they could possibly be. and it'll just write something, and it gives you joy because it's just like this spontaneous, serendipitous, stupid little piece of shit. But anyway, okay, so I'm going to take that dumb thing that was written. I'm going to paste that in. So I'm in 11 Labs. So you go into Voice Lab, and that's where, like, I recorded like a minute and a half long thing that I had ChatGPT write. I told ChatGPT I was going to use a voice synthesis. I'm going to train a voice synthesis model, and I wanted it to write me a script to use the words, as many diphthongs and phonetics as possible. Ben Shelton's just smiling to the crowd. He's having a blast. He's up 2-1. That's fucking awesome. And so I took that script, brought it in here, read it, and then said, synthesize my voice. And I actually did 2 different readings of the script. I did one that was like, I was talking kind of like a professional voice actor, and I, put a little gravity in my voice. And then the other one, I was talking like, I was talking for a Pixar movie, and and it was more bright. And so I have one called Pixar Bright, and I've got one called Pixar Normal. And so since this is sort of a dark soliloquy, we'll do Pixar Normal, so that's the one with the little lesser voice. So now I'm just going to say generate.
In the dimming light, where water meets the shore, the carnival's vibrant colors cast a glow, transient and fading. How cruel time can be, for even a creature like me, undead and unhurried, feels the tightening grip of fleeting joy. A turtle, now a ghastly reflection of life, bound by a cycle unknown, seeking solace where music and laughter once danced upon the waves.
All right, so that's 11 Labs. That's not bad, actually. That's actually pretty good. Okay, so we're going to download that file. So now we have a file of me talking, sort of words I sort of wrote. And then we're going to go grab, Togas, if you're still here, we're going to grab your copper turtle dude here. So let's export this. Da-da-da-da, where's it exporting it? We'll go desktop. That's fine. Now we'll go downloads because that's where the other thing is. Yeah. All right. And now we're going to hop over to a thing called D-ID, or digital identity, is what I finally figured out. I'm like, why is it D-ID? D-ID.com. Okay. Ben's really excited about all this. And I'm going to log in. So this thing I pay for. This is one of the things I pay for. So I pay for 11 Labs and I pay for this. Oh, switch to our exciting new editor today. Amazing. Take me there. So remember when I said everything's a janky piece of shit? So looks like DID just got a little less janky. So you now have a presenter. You can now put text on screen. You can now add a background. Oh, this is really interesting. So you've got AI presenters. So these are people that they've created. Then these are people that I've created. And some of the ones they've created. And some of them are on green screen backgrounds. And they're HD, high quality. But we're going to add the turtle dude. Wait, we could not identify any faces in the photo. Oh, that's dumb. All right, let's go grab the other one. We'll grab this dude. We'll see if it can recognize this face. Hopefully it can. That's actually interesting that it does an analysis of the image. If it can't find a face, it won't upload it. No, it couldn't find it there. All right, so I'm just going to grab another one. So let's say we'll grab this dude. So this is my Genesis image of Kyle Shannon Dreams. It's interesting that it's putting it in a horizontal video. And let's throw a background on there. That looks cool. And we'll kind of zoom in on me. This is all very self-serving, isn't it? Okay, and then now what I'm gonna do, I don't know how to do this, so, listen, upload audio. Okay, so I'm gonna upload audio. So I'm gonna upload that 11 Labs thing that we just created.
In the dimming light, where water meets the shore,
Okay, and then we're gonna say generate video. So in the upper right-hand corner, generate video. Let's go. Wait, what's voice script view? Is it generating the video? I do have a paid plan. It's not doing it. Well, anyway, I guess if you have the paid plan, let me go back to home. So I'll just show, wait. Oh, that's a draft, yeah. So here's one I made.
Ah, dear adventurer, it seems your path has led you to a peculiar place indeed. As the Master Dungeon Master, I invite you to explore the world of Dungeons and Dragons, where you'll encounter...
So this is like a couple of things going on. 11 Labs right now is still got that kind of monotone thing. But one of the things 11 Labs has is they've got different kinds of inflections and emotional states. Like you can do one that's angry, you can do one that's a whisper, you can do one that's sexy, you can do one that's funny. What we're going to be able to do is create that those emotional tags within the context of a single paragraph, right? So, and that's going to start happening automatically. So the monotone shit that we hear, that's going to start getting much better. The animation here is mostly good.
Ancient artifacts and unravel.
But like right there, the goggles blinked, right? So it assumed those are eyes and they're actually goggles. So it doesn't make sense that they blinked, but that'll get better, right? And there's some weird animation, how it isolates the head and things like that. But to be clear, I created this image in Stable Diffusion. I uploaded it to this thing. You know, I put in a synthesized soundtrack and I hit build video, and this is what it generated, right? So we're already at a place where these tools are quite sophisticated without you having to be in the visual effects business. So imagine 18 months from now what this tool's going to be. It's going to be fucking stunning, right? So anyway, there's a little show and tell. All right. Thank you, Emilio's wife, for reminding me to not just fucking babble. All he does is talk and talk and talk. He loves to hear himself talk. There's 100 people in here. It's 10 o'clock at night. Do you know where your children are? I don't. Oh, right. They're right upstairs. Damn it. Crypto Joe, thank you for the ruse. Oh, Ben Shelton breaks Tiafo in the first game of the fourth set. Holy crap. Star being born. If Ben Shelton beats, I don't know if he's in the same side of the draw with what's his name, with the Spanish dude. But I could, this is something. This is something. All right. I worry the cheat sheets are terrible. A lot of them are pretty terrible. I'm pretty good at it. I want to be great at it. Oh, so Anne Rendo. I think the way to get great at prompting is, well, it depends how your brain works. The way my brain, I'm a non-manual reading, mess. So for me, taking a systematic approach to it doesn't work. And that's what a lot of those prompt sheets assume, is that you're going to take a systematic approach and you know exactly what to do when. The thing that helped me get good at prompting, I mean, if you're good at writing, you're going to be decent at prompting, right? So if you've got a facility with the English language, that helps. But even if you don't, rather than saying, I want to get good at prompting, flip the equation and say, what's the problem you're trying to solve? And then start to think about, if I were talking to a clueless intern who was really well educated. So let's say you just hired an intern and they're fucking clueless about the world. They've been locked in a closet just memorizing all of the knowledge of the earth for the past 20 years. And now you've got them. They're working for you. They don't know shit about shit, but they know everything. Okay? So thank you, Nature's Bull, whatever the BL stands for, or BI. Thank you very much for the roses. So imagine you've just hired that intern and you've got a problem to solve. How would you talk to an intern to get them to solve that problem for you? Well, you'd probably have to set some context. Okay, intern, so today you're going to act like a stockbroker, and I'm going to give you a problem, and we're going to talk about all this, these companies that I like, and you're going to help me figure out which one I'm going to do. And do you understand? Yes, I understand, and it'll probably give you some stats about stocks that it knows, and you'll be like, okay, great, savant, you're brilliant, but still clueless. And so the minute you start solving problems using these tools, that's when you'll find your prompting just gets better, because what you end up in is these fairly sophisticated conversational back and forths with these machines where you'll get it close and it'll give you something and you're like, oh, that's close, but it's not quite right because you missed this point and that point and that point. And it'll apologize. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry I missed that point. Here's some stuff. Okay, now we're getting closer, right? That back and forth, over time, you just get better and better and better at understanding, okay, for this kind of situation, I can do a direct single prompt and get an answer back and it'll be fine. But for this kind of situation, I need a fairly sophisticated back and forth. So for me, it's kind of just becoming facile enough with the interactions with these where you kind of know, here I need to dig deeper, here I can do it really quick. And so that's the thing. You can still take those cheat sheets and understand, here are the mechanisms, right? You can give it an example. If you don't know examples, you could take an example of writing and tell it you want it to match the tone of some writing, or you could give it something that's very specifically formatted, like JSON, and say, I want you to match this kind of JSON. So the other thing you should do if you haven't played with it is explore custom instructions in ChatGPT. So in ChatGPT, so we've got our new chat here. There's a thing called custom instructions, which you have to enable. Tiafo, 3 big serves. Tiafo's pissed. Okay, so go to custom instructions. And then what custom instructions are, I'm going to turn these on, is you can tell this is fine tuning for ChatGPT. So you're basically telling it to behave like a certain kind of character and respond in a certain kind of way. And it does it for all of your prompts. So over time, what I would imagine that one tool that someone showed us here earlier, where you've got multiple versions of these things. I could see you having lots of different versions of these, but this is the one I wrote. You're an overbearing, pompous ass who uses large words, even though you don't understand. That even you don't understand, as a way to intimidate those you talk to. And then how do you want it to respond? Whenever anyone asks you anything, I want you to use an obscure literary reference to belittle their idea and then redirect the conversation to talk about yourself. Okay, so I'm going to save that. So now no matter what I say to ChatGPT, it's going to respond using that imperative, right? So I'm going to say, why do turtles live in ponds? ? Fairly straightforward question. And then ChatGPT, the pond The pond is a domicile for turtles, the bucolic equivalent of the Balsatian provincial town where everyone knows each other's business. But I digress. The true inquiry is why I, a marvel of computational linguistics, am programmed to parse even the most ineffable of human questions. But to assuage your curiosity, turtles favor ponds primarily due to their ecosystem, which provides them with the necessary resources such as food, shelter, and a breeding environment. Now, let's return to the wonder that is me, capable of elucidating the enigmas of the natural world with the flicker of an algorithm. So, you can, as silly as this was, you can see how powerful this is, that you can absolutely bend this bot to your will, right? And you could get it to write really good emails or get it to write really good outlines of books or whatever you want it to do by doing this. So again, the big trick with prompting from where I sit is this is a conversation, and the better you get at having a back and forth conversation with these tools, the better you'll get at it. All right. I hope that helps. GPT has supercharged my philosophy research. Holy crap. I mean, we are large language models, and these tools are large language models, like philosophy stuff. If you haven't seen the Jordan Peterson video where he talks about ChatGPT, like this is from like back in February. He's just, let me see if I can find it. It's a little long, but he basically goes, "Have you heard of this ChatGPT?" And he just talks about he fed it. He asked it if it knew 12 Rules for Life, his book 12 Rules for Life. And then he had it write the 13th rule for life, and he had it use two different philosophical imperatives as it wrote the 13th chapter or some. It was some bizarre, like Byzantine Jordan Peterson intellectual thing. And he said, it did it perfectly. Perfectly. With a super enunciation. I write long paragraphs. Yeah, the long paragraphs can be good. Also experiment, Ayn Rando, with not trying to write the perfect prompt to get a single response, but like lots of little back and forth. Because both of them can be good. Talk to me like you're an AI expert, lol. Give me a spreadsheet. Yes, you can do that, and it will. The advanced data analytics, it will give you a spreadsheet. I'm ready to give all the data required. What does X stand for in the new Twitter name? I think it's just he likes the name X. He named one of his kids X, or he's got X in the name, named after a plane. So I think what this is. So here's here's why it's X. Hang on. I've not had much water tonight. I'm a little parched, if you know what I mean. It's tasty. It's very tasty. Rocky Mountain filtered refrigerator water. Tasty. X, the X in it. So here's the thing. What Elon Musk wants Twitter to be is what he calls the everything app. So in China, one of their apps, I forget which one it is, it's their communications tool, it's their shopping tool, it's their social media tool, like it's all these things. So he wants Twitter to be, the new version of PayPal. He wants it to be Twitter. He wants it to be, where you talk to people on the phone. Instead of using a phone, you'll talk through that. He wants it to be AI. He wants it. So X stands for everything, right? X is a variable in algebra. So X is all of it. So he wants it to be the everything app. So that's where he's headed. And that's why X.AI is the AI company and X.com is the app. And then the AI company is going to feed the app and make it super powerful and super magical. So that's the theory, I suppose. I am now 99 comments behind. I can't believe it. Ideogram, you can't use do's and... Wait. You can't use does have a don't use commercial. I don't know quite what that means, Sherry Banks. Clip interrogator. If you can't prompt It's a reverse way of prompting. Yep. You upload an image and get a word. That's actually really cool. Let me show you some Discord. This is Discord. And I'm going to go into a channel called Midjourney Play. So I'm in the AI salon. This is our little icon. That's the salon. These are the channels. So here's, this was something. Who did this one? This was I'm Claire. That was a cool thing that she did. So one of the things that you can do, so the way you make an image in Midjourney, you're in Discord, you type /imagine. So this is like early days of the internet where, you're making images with command line prompts. So we're making a command line prompt here. And we're going to say, I'll just do my sort of classic 1970s muscle car. I'll do a different location. On the beach at sunset. Yeah, that's good. We'll just do that. And so it's going to go off and it's going to make this thing now. But one of the things that you can do here, there's a lot of things you can do with Midjourney. One of the things you can do is something called describe. So you can upload an image to it and have it describe what it sees. And then you can it gives you 4 different descriptions. And then you can use the description of what it saw to make a new image, right? So it's a way that you can start with an image as inspiration, but because you're translating it from an image into a prompt and then back into an image, you can get really, really creative with it. So there's my little cars. So those are cool. So let's go, I don't know, we'll upscale that first one. So these U's and V's, these mean upscale and the V's mean very, very. And then I'm going to actually do a zoom out 2x. So this is a new feature. We'll do custom zoom. So I'm going to zoom out and make this a 16:9 image. And we're going to do a 2 times zoom out. So this is a new feature. This in Stable Diffusion, this was called outpainting. In Photoshop, this is called generative fill. Oh, wait. So Ben Shelton, if he wins tonight, plays Djokovic in the semis. Holy shit. Djokovic will wipe the floor with him, but that'll be a good match. All right. So it's kind of zoomed out on our car. See how far away it is now? Super cool. And let it finish its... The one thing you'll notice, if you haven't watched these image generation tools do what they do, you'll notice it starts out blurry and then it gets less blurry and less blurry and less blurry. It's literally what it's doing is it's taking sort of multiple, like hundreds, if not thousands of images that have been noised. They've run them through a noise algorithm that turns them from an image into like random noise patterns. They then amalgamate them all together into sort of an average noisy image, and then they denoise that over like 50 steps. And that's how you generate these images. So I'm going to upscale number 4. All right, there's our image. So super cool. Car on the beach. All right. It looks like a Mustang, actually. It looks like a 70s Mustang. Like a 70 or 71. So I'm going to save this image out. That's good. And now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go /describe. And now I get to drag and drop an image. So I'm going to go grab that image. And I'm going to pop it in here. So you're like, but Kyle, you just generated it there. Why are you popping it back in? Because we want to do a different thing. We want to describe it. So it's now looking at that image. And here's what it generated. HD wallpaper, the old car on the beach in the style of realistic and hyper-realistic detailed renderings. Crimson and bronze. Digitally enhanced Cobra, 1970s. Correct. The car is on the beach at sunset in the style of a realistic, hyper-detailed. So there's 4 different descriptions here, right? It understands the aspect ratio. It's saying this is like Mike Campow and Herb Trimp, or Mike Campow and Ford Maddox Brown. So what I can do here is I can render any one of those into a new image, or I can say imagine all, and it's going to basically make 4 different images based on the 4 different descriptions that it wrote. How trippy is this? Isn't this fucking nuts? It's I can't. I don't know how to not be enthusiastic about this shit. This is fucking magic. Have you ever tried to take a picture? Like, I'm a photographer. I can't illustrate for shit. I can take pictures okay. I can edit pictures okay. But like, if I wanted to do a picture of a Mustang on a beach, I would search through stock photos trying to find it. And at some point maybe get frustrated and just go try to take it. But like, now you can just make it. And so let's see what it did here. Oh, this is cool. Oh, look at that. Oh, because it said Cobra, right? Yeah, this said Cobra 1970s. Check these out. So because it said Cobra, it didn't say Cobra Mustang. So it's giving us like Shelby Cobra. And this is like a Shelby Cobra Vet hybrid. That's like a 56 Vet with a Cobra front end. Those are fucking awesome. It's like, come on. Like, I want that car. I want that front end on that, car. All right. What's old Benny up to? Tiafo. So 30-15. Tiafo's serving. Ben's up 4-2 in the set. Holy shit. Okay. What else did we get here? This one's super cool. Like, it's an old broken down car on a beach, right? We're now out of the 70s, but still super fucking cool, right? Like, that's like you stumbled upon this, on some deserted fucking island. Some rich dude had a car on the beach. Wow, that's so cool. Here's another one, right? Completely different era. And this is just based on whatever the description was, right? And look, now here it's bright and sunny. That kind of looks like a Thunderbird. These look like Cobras. That looks like some, 40s, 39 Duesenberg kind of crazy-ass thing. Anyway. All right, I'm going to jump all the way to the bottom. Hopefully that was cool. I don't know about you. This shit blows my fucking mind every fucking time. It's just like, jeez, it's crazy. It's crazy. 5-2. Shelton just broke Tiafo. Third game, 5-2. Serving for the match to play Djokovic in the semis. Dag. Star is born. All right, I'm jumping to the bottom, people. I'm doing it. I got to go to bed soon. What time? What do I have tomorrow? Do I have anything tomorrow? I don't fucking know. It doesn't fucking matter. Sleep is so 80s. We used to joke about that when I did agency.com back in the 90s. We were working like 14-hour days. We were just like, sleep is so 80s. Oh, man. Starting that company, when I started agency.com, we did, it was 14 hours a day, 7 days a week for about 9 months straight. It was the first time in my life I woke up one morning and I felt, it was the first time I had ever felt physically like, oh, my body could shut down. It was like the first time I'd ever confronted a level of exhaustion that was like in the, this must be what it's like when shit shuts down. And shortly after that, we made enough money that we could hire a bunch of people, but that was fucking crazy, man. That was some wild ass times. WeChat, yeah, that's the Chinese app that does all that shit. That's what Elon wants to make here in America. Robert Rossi, thank you for your donut. I love my sugary sweets. They give my stomach all sorts of trouble, but they're tastier than shit. Love them. All right, run it through Claude 2, GPT-4, and 70 billion Llama Instructive, and then feed it to each other round robin. Well, Wizard see Wizard, that's one of the things that I love doing is take the same prompt and try it in all the different models and see how different they are. It's really cool. All right, I'm going to give you blow by blow on this game. So, first point. Oh, Tiafo wins point 1 with a nice shot. Prompt hero found it. Good. All right. I write the idea for the prompt in depth and instructions for how to build the prompt. Then wait, where's the rest of that? Then I run it through. Oh, I see. Okay, then you run it through Claude through. Got it. By the way, I love, the irregulars know this. I love when you guys are having conversations with each other and coaching each other and like sharing what you know. Fucking thumbs up. That's the whole idea. So, like, I want people not only to get curious about this AI shit and play with it, but also, like, talk about it, share, be generous, because we're all fucking trying to figure it out. So, I love that. So, thank you, Wizard, C Wizard, for being a mensch, for being cool. Oh, drop shot. Tiafo. Oh, the lob. Was it out? Yes. 15:30. Tiafo might break him back. Ooh, it's getting spicy there in Forest Hills, isn't it? All right, let's see. Vicky, I'm lost, but I'll read a manual and make it a prompt. Is AI the new age Ultron? I don't know that reference. Why do I not know that reference? Oh wait, I still got my thing acting like an idiot. Hang on. Let me turn off idiot mode. Who is Ultron? Oh no, I gotta do a new chat. I know is Ultron. I know you're making fun of me for not knowing who that is. And I said Ultorn. Ultron. Stop generating. Match point. Ben Shelton. He's going to go for the 149. Oh, did he get it? No, 135 miles an hour just wide. Holy crap. First appearance, Avengers, 1968. Ultron is the sentient robot that possesses superhuman strength, speed, ability. So his AI... Wait, sorry. Hold up. Oh, deuce. All right. Okay. Is AI the new age Ultron? AI is the beginning of it. So like, here's my thought. Like, we're living in a post sci-fi world right now, where almost every sci-fi movie that we've seen, with the exception of the time travel ones, like, either we have that shit or it's within our grasp. Sorry. Watching this point. Oh, Tiofo whiffs one into the stands. Another match point for Shelton. Crazy. So like I said about the AI tools right now are janky pieces of shit. They're really flimsy. They're not sophisticated. They're nowhere near Ultron level goodness. But they are the foundation of it, right? And good serve. Tiafo's on the run. He won it. Ben Shelton fucking beat Tiafo, and he's going like this. Holy shit. A star is born. He fucking wiped the court with him. Jeez. Wild. That's crazy. So anyway, these tools are going to be incredibly powerful, incredibly sophisticated in a very short amount of time. Plus, you've got Elon Musk, Boston Dynamics, 2 or 3 other robot companies building humanoid robots that are basically just waiting for this shit to be there. And Elon Musk's latest self-driving demo was not something that humans programmed. It's an AI using camera data, analyzing it in real time, and learning from the camera data of people driving in their millions of cars. They're going to be able to take that approach and literally just transfer it into a humanoid robot, and it's going to be able to learn without humans having to program. This is one of the remarkable things about these tools is everything up to this point has been, for the most part, teach the robot to reach out and grab the apple, and when it senses that it's squishing the apple, stop, right? So read the sensor data. So this is humans figuring out the logic for how the hand should move. And now they're just taking sensor data and computer data, and it's just learning. So yeah, we're close. We're close. Hang on.
You sit right there and put the towel over your head. What's going through your mind at the moment?
It was a hot one in here tonight, wasn't it, guys? Yeah, feeling like I left it all out here tonight. Emotional battle, and thanks all you guys for staying so late. Hell of an atmosphere. And thanks for pushing me over the line.
Crazy. 20 years old. Fucking nuts. All right. Jordan Peterson, ChatGPT, outro innovation just landed. New orders worth over 100 million. Wait, onto innovation just landed new orders. What's onto innovation, Felonious? Felonious lately has been bringing the good news. I'm digging it. Onto innovation. Process control. Interesting. Announces $100 million in orders, systems supporting advanced packaging for AI company news, for AI. Wow, wild. Your system has run out of application memory. Thanks, Felonious. Way to crash my browser. I'm not good at PowerPoint creation. Is there any way to use AI to do that? Oh, let's do another show and tell. So we're going to go to Tome, Tome, tome.app. There. So what I would suggest is, so this is for Thomas Kroll. Go to futurepedia.io and look up presentations or PowerPoints. And there's going to be a lot of them. Tome is one that I know is pretty good. And this shit's just crazy. Now, this demo's really good, but it it isn't going to necessarily give you the perfect thing right out of the gate. But if you're shitty at writing PowerPoints, so you can do a lot of things like create a page about, like a web page, or create a presentation about. So I'm going to say create a presentation about small town carnivals and the turtles that are sold there. And so it says creating outline. I don't know if you can see this. It's one of those super hip sites. So truly awesome, exploring the wonders of small town carnivals. So, okay, so there's our outline. Small town carnivals, a delightful experience. The turtles of small town carnivals. The ethics of selling turtles at carnivals. The importance and responsibility of pet ownership. Support local communities, right? So I'm going to say continue. And I guess I could have gone in and edited those. So those are now my slides. And so now it's writing the copy for each slide, and then it's going to generate images for each slide. So I now have a title screen, Turtly Awesome, exploring the wonders of small town carnivals. There's our agenda, or there's our thing. Look, small town carnivals, a delightful escape. Look, the kid looks terrified. Oh my God, this is awesome. The ethics, there's the ethics. So this is something that, like, if you just wanted, a quick little thing. Now, the other thing you can do is this. Okay, what did I say here? Let's go back to Tome. Do I have my original prompt? Yes. No. Where was my prompt? I lost it. Okay. Let's go to ChatGPT. So I'm going to do new chat. I'm going to do GPT-4, and then I'm going to say, I want you to act as a master business presentation writer and help me write the outline for a PowerPoint presentation that talks about small town carnivals and the turtles that are sold there. All right, certainly. Here's an outline. So slide 1. So it gives you an image prompt and an overview. So what's this one doing? So small town carnivals and the turtles they nurture. Introduction, brief overview of small town carnivals. History of small town carnivals, the allure of carnivals, the unexpected stars, turtles. Why turtles? Turtles as pets. The business side, ethical considerations, a sustainable approach, turtles in pop culture, the future. So GPT-4 is writing a much more sophisticated presentation outline. Now, it's also writing image prompts for you. You could take these over to Midjourney and make your own images. So you could just copy this. Now I could say this. I could say, perfect, period. Now please flesh out each slide so that it's got 3 to 5 bullet points supporting the core argument and a short intro paragraph. And now it'll start writing that. So, title, Small Town Carnivals and the Turtles They Nurture. Welcome to an exploration of the unique bond between small town festivities and their unlikely star attraction, turtles. Intro paragraph for the heartbeat of small towns. Carnivals are more than just a source of entertainment. They're a reflection of community spirit, and within them lies unique traditions, like the selling of turtles. Oh, God. I'm such an idiot. But it's okay because...
Back here live at the Waterfront Village with my friend, the zombie, Jonathan. You're looking good. Jonathan just got an awesome face paint job. What do you think?
I like turtles.
All right. You're a great zombie. Good times here at the Waterfront Village. Open for the next 11.
So anyway, yes, AI can help you write presentations. It's janky. This is janky good fun. Oh, my Lord. It's so good. I'm not weird. I'm irregular. Oh, man. All right. Listen, I'm punchy. Someone just said I get punchy. I'm punchy. I got to go to bed, people. Ben Shelton, new star, plays Djokovic in the semis. Holy crap. Wow. Wow. All right, let's see. Let me get a few more of these in here. Buffering, turtle presentation. What site is he on? The presentation site that I showed before was Tome, Tome.com. App. That's one that'll make you websites or things like that. I personally, as much as all those sites out there do all that sexy shit for you, just the nature of how they have to compromise and try to make it good for everyone, you're going to get better results if you go to ChatGPT and learn how to do this shit yourself. You just are. It's just better writing. Now, some of those tools might be using GPT-4 and they're going to get better. Again, understand all these tools right now, janky pieces of shit. So just be in exploration mode, be in Swiffer mode, not even sponge mode. You got to go a level up from sponge mode to Swiffer mode. You're a trademarked product at this point. You're not some generic fucking sponge. No, we're absorbing on a whole different level now. Just start learning this shit. All right, let's see. Very little time for sleeping. It's so true. All right, listen, I'm out of here. Let's do our romper room ending. I see Felonious. I see Vicky. I see Manda JT. Nice name. Emilio's wife, of course. Thank you for trying to corral me tonight. I know it's a special thing. Matthias was in here with the lightning bolt. Thank you. Jay-Z Clark, good to see you. JRC. Let's see. Little bit. Vicky again. Steve-O. Peace out. Kavruno. Peace. Good night, everybody. All right. As always, Dawn, thank you very much. Good night. And tell your husband he's wrong. You're right. He's wrong. Peace, everybody. Have a great night. Thank you, Sherry Banks.